Breaking into the music industry is every artist's dream, but for upcoming musicians, it often feels like running into a brick wall. As part of the broader entertainment sector, music plays a significant role in the economy, with the digital music market in Kenya expected to reach $19.16 billion in 2025. Yet for singer Jambia and rapper Jawbreaker, cracking into the lucrative industry has been anything but smooth. This week on Mint, we uncover the hidden struggles behind Kenya's vibrant music scene. Also, today on Mint, building a digital savings culture in Kenya with Chums. Turning shells into shillings, the snail king of Kayole. How a 5,000 Kenya shilling loan became a thriving brand, the Home 254 story.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest. Earn it, spend it, save, invest. Mola, kila siku niko chesa. Mola, make more bila stress. Mola, kila siku wesa. Mola, make more bila stress.
This week on Money Moves, we explore why passion and skill alone are not enough to propel new musicians to stardom and what's really holding back their efforts to succeed and be part of the glitzy music scene.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
Rapper Jawbreaker and singer Jambia are up-and-coming artists in the music industry who are trying to make a name for themselves. You've probably heard their songs.
I'm singing happy birthday to me. Najikatia keki yo mami.
Kuna vitu za kufanya mara ingine na zingine huwezi fanya mara ingine.
But even though Jawbreaker has bars for days and Jambia possesses a soulful and expressive range, they have each discovered that talent alone cannot get them to superstar or legendary status, and that certain bottlenecks are preventing them from breaking into the industry.
Turning my passion into business, it's not easy. It's just like any other business out here. Iko na losses na iko na gains. Unaitwa event, me agree that this is the certain amount of something you're going to be paid, and then you don't even get it in the first place. But at the end of the day, gain experience.
Actually, unafaa kuwa na good communication skills kwa business side of it. As an underground artist, sema nikienda nataka gigs ama nataka shughuli zingine za pia zitanisupport, ndo unajua pia muziki inaitisha. Lazima uwekele pesa jo. So but hizo challenges nikikam kujibonga, unataka kuninyanyasa jo. Dego nilipa ganzi yangu, nataka pesa watu mekanzo pewe ukulie jo.
Jambia has found that a rate card is a strong defense against promoters who undercut him, and it sets clear expectations.
Rate card yako ina guiding mse, hata kama atakula mob, wewe hujui nini anakula, but at least kuna ile rate card yenye umeshapeana. Kila siku mimi nalani kitu mpya kuhusu kuna vigate au promoter, na si rahisi. Hao watu ni wachiki, alafu unapata ni watu wamekuwa kwa game for the longest time. Hujui anything. By the time una catch up ndio ujue hivi ndio kunaendanga. Umekula pesa, and then sasa ndio unaenda ukipandisha rate card, unajua hivi ndio nafaa kulipisha.
The music industry can sometimes feel like a maze, and upcoming artists could benefit from the guidance of experienced, established artists. However, the lack of support from industry professionals for advice or collaboration remains a significant challenge for them.
Personally, hakuna msanii mwenye nimepatana aniambie this is how it goes. Like, it's a very tough world hapa nje for sisi upcoming artists. Kila msanii anaonanga ni kama uko hapo kuchukua plate yake. Ajui tunasaidiana tu group pamoja. Hadi ma influencer wanaweza kushika mkono kuambia hey bro, inaendanga hivi na hivi na hivi. Hakuna influencer hata mmoja mwenye anaweza kuambia hivi ndio kunaenda. Unless sasa uanze kumake it, umeanza kuwa na jina, ndio wanaanza kuflock. Tumepata nao events, nimeattend events, nimelipa events sijui ngapi. Nimejaribu kuongea nao asi ni DM.
Ni ngumu jo. Kwanza kuna lugha fulani wasanii tunakuaga nayo. Tutapiga shughuli tutafutane. Kishaambiwa hivyo jo. Mimi ndambia underground artist mwenye kwa hapo. Ukipatana na msanii mbigi kukuliko, akwambia mnafaa mpige shughuli, usichukue namba yake, acha yachukue yako.
However, one man has stepped up for them. While Jambia and Jawbreaker have not received active guidance from established musicians, super producer Motif Didon has not left them out in the cold. Through Elevate Live Studio, Motif is providing new musicians with great talent and potential access to a quality studio to help transform them from rookies into brands.
Zima media training ni Okay, venye unafaa kuishi kama msanii, kujibrand nini, venye unafaa kuhandle yourself on an interview. Hizo vitu kadhaa jo, venye mziki inafaa kuingizie do.
Then how do they promote their music to the masses?
Nimetembea maklabu, nimeomba chances, nimetembea karaoke nights, auditions hizi. Mi personally hizi auditions ndio zimeanza kuniweka kwa spotlight.
Apart from clubs, karaoke nights, and events, social media is a game changer for emerging artists to showcase their music and bypass promoters, established artists who don't want to support them, and even radio. However, after all is said and done, they must invest in their music, which is not cheap.
Music in itself is expensive. Ngoma moja audio, kama unataka produce ule mnomo unasikia sijui 35k. Unataka video quality proper, jipange na 50 kupanda. Like ni expensive. Na hiyo pesa hata ikuji. Inaanza kuja jini kijulikana.
Unajua mimi kutoka kwanza mziki yenyewe ijaanza kunilipa design. Naweza ekelea mziki tena So lazima pia nitegemea hapo nje nini. Shughuli za side hustle too.
For Jambia and Jawbreaker, fame and topping charts are not enough. The goal is to turn music into a sustainable livelihood.
Hakunanga feeling tamu kama music yako kuimbwa na crowd. That's every artist's dream. Success ni mziki yangu isichezwe Kenya pekee. Ile time yenyewe imeanza kutoka nje. Hapo sasa ndio nitajua yenyewe nimeanza ku make it. It's not about fame. Nataka mziki yangu ilisha familia. Mziki yangu inijengee biashara. Hapo sasa ndio nitajua yenyewe make it.
Mimi success imenifikia nikifungua record label yangu na nimeshikilia wasanii tu na distaki wengi. 4 tu. Alafu 4 ni cheki bado wanasumbua kwa media. Antabambika jo.
For years, chamas and other informal savings and investment groups have been the main drivers of financial inclusion and saving culture in Kenya. Today, as technology continues to improve access to financial services and formal accounts, more people are developing a habit of saving to build wealth and attain financial security. On Mula Hacks this week, we explore how Chums, a digital savings and investment app, is making it easier to kickstart better savings habits and reinforce positive financial behavior.
Saving money is one of the most powerful ways to secure one's financial future. The importance of saving and investing is rarely disputed and is one of the most basic but often repeated financial advice. Despite that, Kenyans have for years struggled with a low savings culture. With the proliferation of digital money lending apps, it has become easier to habitually borrow than to save. However, there are apps such as Chums that are designed to help Kenyans put money aside as little as 5 shillings and develop great saving and investing habits.
For someone who hasn't worked with, who hasn't experienced Chums, so first of all, I would like to tell them Chums, the name is slang for money. And what the platform is aiming to do is to enable anyone to build a savings and investment culture. How do we do this? We do this by giving you an app. It's a mobile app which you can access on Play Store and iOS Store. And then the app itself enables the person to create goals. So for example, if you are planning to invest for vacation, for school fees, for business, you're able to create goals to represent, images to represent those goals. And out of those goals, you can create reminders. And additionally, part of the behavioral finance or behavioral psychology is the app is able to guide you to save based on how you handle your M-Pesa transactions.
The app also has a groups feature which allows users to save with their friends, which sort of mirrors a chama. Friends can chat in the group and remind each other to save. Normal savings on the app earn an interest of 6% annually, while locked savings earn 8%. To withdraw money from a goal, it takes 2 days and the funds are deposited into one's M-Pesa account. Since its inception, Samuel says Chums has helped thousands of people meet their money goals and also helped them to start forming good saving habits.
So we started doing research about why people don't save. We started that in late 2019, all through 2020, through our friends, our peers, and then outside our close circles. And then we started building it, I would say mid-2020. In 2021, we started applying for the license from CMA. And we were given a license by CMA to now continue rolling out the product in the market to the public. Since then, to date now, we have over 50,000 registered users. And we are happy that the app has had an impact to a lot of people.
Being a Kenyan app, Chooms has taken several steps to gain users' trust and assure them of its safety in handling people's money.
There's definitely that getting the license from Capital Markets Authority, which is very crucial. 2, we have partnered with fund managers who are regulated. So all the funds we aggregate, they are channeled to fund managers who also have licenses under Capital Markets Authority. And then 3, all that money that is collected, again, it goes into a custodian bank account owned by the fund manager. So custodian bank accounts are basically, it's another way of saying a special bank account allocated by CBK and the likes of CMA, which ensures funds aggregated there are public funds and it's under their view.
The value of saving money and accumulating a healthy nest cannot be stressed enough. But factors like lack of funds are a big hindrance that prevents people from building up savings, let alone investing.
Most fund managers were asking for a minimum of 1,000 Kenya shillings. But our approach is we are allowing people to save as low as 5 shillings. So whatever you do, whatever you are working on, even if you get 10 shillings, that 10 shillings over time amount to something if you're very consistent. And the example I always like to give for this is back in our homes we used to have piggy banks. Those black boxes where they had a slit and you'd put coins there. The whole point for that box wasn't for you to become a millionaire, but the whole point was for you to build that savings culture and to see that every shilling you put in there, at the end of the year, it amounts to something.
The popular 52-week money challenge is also among the goals on the app, where people deposit an increasing amount of money each week for 1 year.
So 52-week challenge is basically a preset plan on how you can save. You can go to the platform and select 52-week challenge, and basically what it does, it tells you week 1 you deposit 50 shillings, week 2 you double the amount, week 3 you triple the amount, all the way to the year end. So we have seen that really works well for most people who are still trying to figure out planning savings to work with. So the idea is, one of the things we are going to do is introduce more challenges.
A culture of building up your savings starts with deciding, setting a goal and achieving it 1 shilling at a time. Whether you want to buy a pair of shoes or go on a family holiday, creating habits that encourage you to set aside money for your dreams is one step closer with digital apps like Chooms. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Coming up, turning shells into shillings, the snail king of Kayole.